Hello guys, my name's HyperPyro, and welcome back to Highfire Inc. It's been a while, you guys, and that's all I'm going to start with. So now, we're coming back in with some tips and tricks for Killer Instinct. I'm going to start with Jago. I'm just going to go through his basics, heavy, medium, lights, and then we're going to go straight into his special moves. And, you know, Jago's kind of a well-balanced character, and I will be showing you that through these kind of things. Now, we're going to start with the Endokuken. Light Endokuken, very slow. Medium Endokuken, kind of, medium speed. And heavy Endokuken, very fast. Now, this is very good for kind of setting up your opponent, kind of getting him into great openers. I'll show that later. Now we're on to the Wind Kick. Light Wind Kick, not a lot of range. Medium Wind Kick, decent range. Heavy Wind Kick, lots of range. Now, if you mess up on the heavy Wind Kick, as seen here, you could easily hit me. And that's very, very punishable. So make sure you practice and know where the range is for the heavy Wind Kick. I've messed up plenty of times on that too. Here's his laser sword with heavies, mediums, and lights. Heavies have 2 hits. That's pretty much the only difference really there. Next we have the forward roundhouse. As you can see, you could also break into combos with this. Very good for combo openers if you know what you're doing. So that's a command attack which you have to throw in specials. Next here is going to be shadow moves and various openers. Now, openers. You can open with your laser sword, any type you want, heavy, medium, or light. You can open with your wind kick, which is very good. Again, if they're not blocking, remember that. And I really don't have to tell you these guys this because this is kind of advanced movement. Again, laser sword and heavy. Oh, and you can obviously have the aerials for every character. I'm just going through here showing you some aerial attacks of Jago. Very, very useful. Now then, I believe we're going on to shadow moves right after this. The first 5 minutes, oh, there's a time. The first 5 minutes will be just showing you the basics of Jago. Second 5 minutes will just being like, hey, these are some more advanced moves after you practice with Jago a little bit. That was his shadow wind kick. Again, something to remind you of in the shadow wind kick. It does not have as long range as the normal heavy wind kick, which I believe I show you somewhere here. I don't know. But basically with here we go. There's his shadow wind kick. Here's his shadow laser sword. I did not also show you one of his special moves, which is the uppercut. Very good for enders and usually for anti-air. Very hard to do. There's his shadow Endokuken. Very good for keeping opponents on the ground if you wanted to. Now then, as you can see right there, again, not enough room as well. The heavy wind kick, which would have been able to hit right there. You can be at a high enough range, and as again with the laser sword, you can also hit people up in the air as an anti-air. It would be sort of useful. The reason I don't use or show the shadow uppercut here is because usually it's just a waste of shadow meter, and you can do that as an anti-air as normal. I kind of showed here, just like, oh hey, some openers. This is going to be kind of for the first 5 minutes again. I'm just showing you, oh hey, here's some openers, shadow linkers. You know how it is. And again, for something that you might want to point out, again, if I'm going to go for Rank League, which will be showing you guys here. Here's the enders. His Endokuken that he just did was a battery ender. If you don't know what a battery ender is, it boosts up your shadow meter so you get a big chunk of it. Like so. Well, you didn't see it, the shadow meter, because I have refill on. But you get a lot of shadow meter. Now, if you do your uppercut, which I would suggest every single time, if you don't know how to do juggles, which I'll explain later, I will show you the uppercut. Well, you've already seen the uppercut enough, but it does the maximum amount of damage. Anywhere from 50% to 38%. You will want to use this as your main damage ender. It's kind of hard to pull off for most of you just beginners or some moderate players. I know it was really hard for me to do, and now I really can't even do Endokukens anymore because I accidentally do uppercuts instead. The difference is, instead of starting from down and towards your enemy, well, as a wave for an Endokuken, it's actually right, down, mid. Now we're back here, and we're going on to some advanced level things. Something interesting about Jago's throw. Very technical. Now then, I'm going to show you some easy ways to get in the air. As I was just doing, crouch, medium, kick. Very interesting and very versatile versus any character. Let's say this guy, he just won't even stop, as I'm going to do here. Round one. Now let's say he's just locked in, and you can't do anything. You can't get in any of your moves, you can't do anything. Now, what's interesting here is, as I'm about to do, look at that. I just got into a combo, and he didn't even see it coming. He's only doing high blocks. The interesting thing that you could do, that you could get against mostly every single person who is either just a beginner at Killer Instinct or moderately played, they wouldn't expect just, oh yeah, I'm just gonna now instantly crouch and go into a combo right off the bat, which is crouch, medium, kick. Always remember that. Let's say he is blocking and you can't do anything about it, just go crouch, medium, kick. I bet you it'll get them every time, unless you're facing a high-level, very experienced character, or a high-level, very experienced person in ranked, which I bet you they will know to crouch. Again, another thing you might want to use is against Jago. This is the only thing I'm going to go against Jago. You might want to crouch block. Crouch block does block overhead, does not block overhead, but it does block normal attacks and crouch attacks, which is what Jago's basically based on. I'm just showing you some things here, and again, see the uppercut right there does a lot of damage. Now then, back on. There's a charge Endokuken. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jago's kind of character and his special traits. He has charge Endokuken, which can go through any projectile in the game, unless you're playing against another fellow Jago player. He also has Around the World, which is basically a faster kind of linker version to go to heavy, medium, light. And it's very, very versatile, and it's very hard to combo break, usually for most Jago players that play him well. Now, his throw. Very easy, right? But what makes him different from other characters is he can cancel it into shadow moves, as I'm about to show right here. Here's his shadow kick, you know, kind of just knocks it back a little bit. Here's his shadow uppercut. As I said before, I've accidentally done too many uppercuts. I'm just trying to show you the Endokuken. Now here's the Endokuken. Oh, no. This is the Endokuken. Also can be broken into another uppercut for extra damage. It's interesting, but, you know, maybe you want a little bit more damage on the side. You know, kind of like olives for your hamburger, I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm about to do here is show you Juggle Potential, which has been added in Season 3 to every single character, along with pretty new toys. So I'd suggest whoever is not going into Killer Instinct right now, I suggest them to get into right away. Because you will have a different advantage, because everyone else is trying to adjust. Now, right here, when you get knocked up in the air like that, and this is for high advanced, do a light laser sword as they're coming down, right here. He goes up, light laser sword, and he kind of flips. What this is called in new Season 3, it's called a flip out. I do it right, well, not there. It took me a while to practice this. Light laser sword, flip out, and boom, you go right into another combo. Like, let's say, okay, I do 50 damage, I knock him up in the air, like so. And right there, I would have taken out his whole entire life, his whole entire health bar, without him even having a chance. That's what you usually want to do if you're well enough into it. I would suggest practicing it a lot, because you don't want to mess up and just have him eat you the rest of the game. This is very interesting, because this increases his juggle potential, and on his way back down when he flips out, I suggest a double roundhouse, because if he doesn't get hit by the first hit, he'll get hit by the second, as you've seen here. Gets you into another combo, and it's very great. 21 hit combos, 22 hit combos, but always remember, when you're hit up in the air, depending on what you're hit on, juggled hits can be combo broken. Do not just say, oh no, I'm up in the air, I can't do anything anymore, because you can. That's very important. Now then, I'm going to be changing him into hard mode just to show you the kind of things that I have already told you, just to test out the waters of Jago. Now you all already know, like, oh hey, press X as the main thing for a combo. You already know how to increase your combos, shadow linkers, counter breakers, things like that. So I'm not going to dilly-dally in those things. Maybe in another video to try to teach you guys the advanced techniques of Killer Instinct in a very simple way. This is kind of an advanced kind of person. Whoever wants to use Jago, whoever wants to use Jago is just a normal, kind person. As you can see right here, I'm just like messing around with him, going through a few openers, showing you what you can do to get the maximum damage output. Now, I will show you. Up in the by the combo meter right there, you see those green bars. What you will want to do is to get those green bars as high up as you can go, and then use the backwards heavy laser sword. Because when you do, he gets launched up in the air higher. The lower the combo level, the lower he'll become. And I wouldn't suggest level 1 or 2 for laser sword, obviously. So, about right here, I will be turning him to hard mode and showing you guys my horrible combo break at the beginning of it. Oh yes, another good thing with Jago, the next thing. As you can see what I did right there. Throw a slow Endokuken, that is a light punch Endokuken, and dash towards your Endokuken. This will provide a kind of space of protection for yourself. It's very good for kind of setting up your opponent. When they get hit by the Endokuken, whether they block it or not, they will be disoriented, where you can wind kick or laser sword depending on where you are. So here it goes. Horrible combo break right here. Yep. That's me. Let's say, oh yeah, you block it, and boom! Right there. It's my combo break. But crouch, medium punch. Or medium kick. And also, if I were to crouch right there and I block it, and I would have done a crouch medium kick, you could go under it. And I was trying to show you guys right here to go, hey, a charge Endokuken can go through all of these. I did horribly. So there you go right there. He didn't expect it. Crouch medium. Counter breakers, obviously. And right here, I'm going to show you the juggle in action, which is amazing. Here it is. I go 1, 2, 3. Well, not that combo, but this right here. And this is where the juggle comes in the action, and I can show you that it's very versatile and usable if you practice them out. It's very hard to use if you haven't practiced. See right there. I just got him into another combo without him even knowing. Obviously, you could lengthen it or shorten it to your liking. Now, to the point of just, hey, let's do that. But Jago is very, very kind of well-balanced character. He can, as you can see right there, dashing towards my Endokuken. He's a very well-balanced character. The only 2 well-balanced characters in the game so far that have been announced is that were Fulgor, very good, and Jago. Now, for ranked leagues, there are certain characters that Jago cannot defeat, such as Conra. Very, very hard to defeat unless you Endokuken most of his sand traps, which is interesting. Now, the thing I'm going to teach you right here. Do not be afraid to use your instinct and projectile spam. No matter what shit people give you, that is good. Do not projectile spam any other way, then you're just an asshole. But projectile spam when you're in your instinct. That's what it's used for, that's what it's put on there for. But always remember, when they're when they're jumping and they're getting really close to you, use the slow Endokuken. Because if you use the very fast heavy, it'll just go right past them and then they'll kick you and go straight into a combo. But if you're like right next to them, right close together, like close enough where you can grab them, just keep on mashing that heavy. Because you can get more health that way, and you can get more stuff, which is great. And you always want that health back, because you do not want to get hit that much. You want to win the game, obviously. Now, obviously, duh. So, again, welcome back to the channel. This is kind of my opening kind of thing. Tell me what characters you want me to show. What do you want me to do? What kind of tips and tricks I missed? This is Hyper Pyro. I'll see you next time, shortly. Later.